So we want to thank, obviously, Ralph Mayo and his administrative and staff, obviously, for the kickoff of this year that has gone, I think, quite well, and I hope you all might agree. I'm hoping that all your children are still alive after the application process has begun and first semester is over. We're really excited from the PTA standpoint. Our membership drive is going fantastic, but obviously we all could use and continue to have your support. So if you'd like to make a contribution, if you have not yet, please do so. It does support curriculum enrichment. It is outreach for those students that can't afford to do certain things throughout the course of the year. There are senior awards also that the PTA does support, so any funds that you would like to give, any dollar amount is fantastic. We'd like to thank all those who have already joined the PTA. Thank you so much, and thank you to all our volunteers. There's over 300 of you in the building one time or another during the course of the week, so we thank you so very much. Thank you to our board and our President, Layla Horn-Marin, over here, and our entire board. They are doing an amazing job this year, keeping everything moving like clockwork, and it's really great. My role as the 12th grade coordinator is if you have any questions, you can always email me, 12th grade coordinator at ghspta.org. So, or just call me. Either way, doesn't matter. And I'm hoping that I can find an answer to something you might have, something you need, but I'll do my best to help you out, no problem. Additionally, tonight, I'm wearing another hat. And it is for the PTA, under the PTA's purview, and it is called our 12th grade Senior Celebration Party. So I don't know if many of you know about this party. Anybody in the room ever have a senior before that knows about the party? Because I'm going to, oh, good. Here we go. We have a few out there, and you're now volunteers, just so you know. So what it's going to be, obviously, it's the night of graduation. And I know all of you have celebrations that you tend to do with your own family and your child, but it has been a long-standing tradition, and it has gone off. Last year was fantastic. We had 75% of the senior class attend. It starts at 10 p.m. and it goes to 2 a.m. It is, I mean, think of it like you remember of your old dances with lots of parties. There were games, there are gaming tables, ping pong, foosball, cornhole, dancing, and believe it or not, there were tons of kids dancing. So it was really great. There's a DJ, food, pizza, desserts, donuts. I mean, I could go on and on and on. Well, I was just going to get to that. Thank you for the prompt, Layla. One of the best things about it is that all the students go and they're able to go into a raffle and they can win MacBook Pros, iPods. Do they even have those anymore? No, sorry. I'm aging myself. iPhones, they have refrigerators, small mini fridges, they have microwaves. You name it, they have it. And it's just amazing when they call them out, and it's every 20 minutes, and the kids go nuts because they're just like, oh my God, I'm walking away, I'm going home with a MacBook Pro. It's great. You have to be in it to win it, meaning you gotta be inside. So that's really the fun part about it, and I think it's really wonderful because they all get to spend this wonderful culmination of their year together. And so they can still go to dinner with your family, relax, hang out, but the kids come at 10 p.m. and stay till 2. Or they can leave at any time. They can go in, but they can leave at any point, but they can't come back in. So what we're planning to do, obviously, is send out, and you may already have it in your inbox, is a note from the PTA and/or Karen Foster. It went out today. So about senior celebration, and it is a fundraising effort. The way we actually do this whole entire production of a party is based on your generous contributions. This is what all of seniors typically do throughout the course of their time. When you get to the senior year, we're hoping that you will support this effort. We raised $28,000 to put this on, and that includes all the prizes, the games, and all of the things that happen on that evening. Once we get closer to the event, once we know our graduation date, everyone will be well aware of what the date will be. But our plan is that we're moving forward, everything is great, and we hope that you will contribute. There's 2 ways to do that, to contribute. you can utilize My School Bucks, which you all are very aware and familiar with. There is a link within the email that will take you to My School Bucks. You do have to log in to actually use it, and that's if you want to contribute by credit card. If you decide you'd like to actually send it in the old way, send a check, feel free to do that, and it just comes right to the high school, and the address is listed there as well. You put grad celebration in there, and your name is obviously on that check, and you will then be obviously contributing and added to that list. So it's going to be a great night. We hope you all will think about contributing. We have the PTA obviously for membership, but I really hope that you'll spend that time tonight or in the next few days and think about contributing to the senior graduation party extravaganza. Does anyone have any questions before I turn it over? Hello, Giga. How are you? Does anyone have any questions? Nothing? Yes. Hi. It is only for seniors. It is not, they can't bring, if they have a girlfriend, boyfriend, or significant other in another grade, they cannot bring them. So it is only for seniors, not for parents, aunts, uncles, or anybody else that you don't. What? Right, so no 12th grade parents actually support the event. We have what's called a junior celebration committee, and that they are the ones that are actually at the event. As a 12th grade parent, no one's going to ask you to be supporting with your time that evening for the event. You are simply there to beforehand for funding, let the kids go have fun, you go have fun, and you're done. So you do not have to do a shift or anything like that for the evening event. The junior parents actually support it, which is amazing and great, and they do a wonderful job. Also, we will be asking for volunteers to join the senior committee. We do, to just support this as well, we sell lawn signs that you all purchase for your seniors that you put outside your home. We will be asking for help to add to our committee, and I see one back there, to add to our committee to help out with the distribution of the process for senior lawn signs. So that's another way that we're also raising funds to put towards this celebration. Anyone else have any questions? No? Perfect timing. And now I would like to turn it over to none other than our principal, Ralph Mayo.
Thanks, Steph.
Thank you, Ralph.
Thank you. Stephanie Cowie last year was our one of our PTA co-presidents, and this year she decided to take a break and do like 3 other committees. So thank you. Thank you, Stephanie. We appreciate it. Well, you know, way to go. Way to recruit. Thank you all for coming, first of all. I was just in the other room talking about transition from 8 to 9. It seems like so far away from you guys, but it's not. Now, the next biggest, I always thought the biggest transition was 5 to 6 because they had to change classes. They were going to get regular grades, all that good stuff. But you are all going to be hitting the real big transition. They're going to be leaving your homes and going off to this place called college. Now, that all of my children are in their 30s. They all graduated from Greenwich High School. They all went to college, and they're all fine. So, and you know, as well as I do, there are going to be bumps along the way, okay? There's going to be lots of stuff happening in their lives, but they're going to be fine. They are, really. So, really, my message to you is don't be too anxious. Don't get too involved in the college process unless they're not doing anything, and then, yeah, you have to start pushing them along. And please make use of the resources that you have here at Greenwich High School, which are, you know, probably more resources here at Greenwich High School for that whole process than any other high school in the country. We have 18 guidance counselors here, folks. I mean, that's a lot of guidance counselors. So please, and also make use of our Career Center and make use of our new Director of Guidance, Michelle Iannello. They are all highly qualified professionals that will be able to show you the way. Well, actually, not you the way, but show your children the way. because like I said, they're going to be fine. The thing is, you're worried about them leaving your home, okay? You're worried about them leaving your home. I'm worried about they come back, they stay, and then trying to get them out again. So that's your next big step. But this is a great, exciting time where you can get to go visit different places around the country and learn about all sorts of programs that they might be interested. And I think it's just a fabulous time. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the process, because that's what it's all about, enjoying the process. And I'm going to turn this over to, oh, well, look who's here. I just have to say that Isabella and Jamie have been, it's only been a quarter that they've been in charge of the student government and the senior class. But they are a breath of fresh air, the two of these guys. They are amazing. I had them speak to the freshman class when they first came in, because I wanted them to see what a complete high school student looked like, and what leadership looked like as well, and they are. They both are National Honor Society inductees. They're both varsity athletes. They also provide amazing service to their community. They do it all, and they actually get up and speak at board meetings once a month, which is tomorrow night, by the way, don't forget. And send me your speeches. Kidding. So we have them here to talk to you about what they're going through right now and what's been helpful to them in the whole process. So I don't know who wants to go first. James? Okay.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jamie Smith, the senior class president, and I want to congratulate you all for making it past the dreaded November 1st deadline. We started off the year strong with a really fun dodgeball tournament, and more recently we had the pie and cookie dough fundraiser. Thank you if any of you guys bought any of those. But I think our biggest job, especially as a senior class officer, is to continue to point our students and our seniors in the direction of the many great resources that Mr. Mayo mentioned, including the guidance counselors, Mrs. Lockridge in the community, in the College and Career Center, and also, we're just the many, and all the past teachers. I've actually gotten a lot of help through this whole process from my past teachers. And have a good night, and thank you for your time. I don't think this is on.
I don't know why we're using this. It doesn't even work. Hello, camera. Hi, everyone. I'm Isabella Gaga. I'm the student body president. Obviously, I'd like to thank all of you for being here tonight. November 1st hit, thank God, and November 2nd is a day of bliss, honestly. So as we go throughout the year, we just like to thank, obviously, all the parents, because I don't think you guys get enough recognition as you certainly deserve. I know your child doesn't say thank you enough, but I'd like to say thank you on behalf of them. As Mr. Mayo said, to me, we didn't crash and burn, so it's a good sign. And in addition to that, obviously first quarter's over, and we're very excited for what the school year has to come, excited for all the senior activities that are coming our way, and we're just very hopeful that the ED gods will bless us, as Jamie likes to say. So thank you all for being here tonight, and look forward to the rest of the year.
She's not kidding about the November 1st deadline. She came into my office in late October. I can't do it because I'm too old. I might not get up. But she flopped into a chair and said, "What am I going to do?" And I said, "Okay, come next door. Come next door. Meet Miss Ionella." And there you go. So. And then Jamie came down and congratulated everybody this morning. A nice announcement. It was amazing. So thank you. As I said, we've gotten off to a pretty amazing start, and hopefully we can keep going like this for the entire school year and have a normal, whatever that means, school year. But my our next guest, I should say, is Mr. Thomas Pereira. He's the Dean of Student Life. If you have questions about Advisor Base or Flex, here you go, folks.
You good? Thank you, Mr. Mayo. I'll take questions about Advisor Base and Flex at the end. So, you asked me to speak to the 12th grade parents. I kind of struggle with it as to what I would say to you guys. Well, funnily enough, in about 18 years, I'll be sitting where you guys are because me and my wife just welcomed a baby girl 5 months ago. So I will also take, see, the little guy gets it. Thanks, buddy. I will also take any pertinent parenting advice, please, because right now I'm terrified, but we made it this far, so I'm feeling pretty good about myself. So tough acts to follow there, and I was trying to think about what wisdom I can parlay to you guys from my perspective, being a high school kid many years ago, what my parents did. Well, self-advocacy, I think, is going to be huge for kids as they transition to the next part of their life. And I have a little story about that. So first year in college, I was blessed. My mother did my laundry all the time. Love her to death. I was spoiled. And I'm doing my laundry. And I'm doing it. I'm like, I separated my colors. Like, I'm ready to go. Got everything good to go. Put it in there. And I put it in the dryer. I didn't realize a dryer, depending on what things you put in there, things should not go in the dryer. So I looked at some of my T-shirts, and I became very worried. Because I'm like, looking at it, I'm like, Mom, this isn't going to fit. And she's like, Thomas, said Mother, try it on. So I did, and it did fit. But that was my first aspect into how I'm going to advocate for myself. Yes, it was my mother. Yes, it was laundry. Yes, it seems silly. Okay, but as they transition themselves, it's having that support system that they can lean on, particularly their parents that they kind of forget about sometimes, that are always there for them. And I always, to this day, have that story in the back of my head, that I knew I could pick up the phone and call my mother or my father whenever I wanted. Now, did I do it often enough? Absolutely not. So every time my mother, God rest her soul, Thomas, you don't call me enough. Thomas, you don't call me enough. Looking back on it, that's the biggest thing. It's okay. Nudge them. You can do that. That's fine. All right? Looking back on it 20 years ago, it was a pain in my butt. Did appreciate it? No. But now, reflecting upon what my mother and what my father helped instill in me by that, those phone calls, if I still had that ability to call my mother right now, I'd do it. 100%. That and resilience. Kids these days are more resilient than I think we give them credit for. They're going to have failures in their life. They're going to pick themselves back up, and you guys are going to be there for them. And it's very important. And that's some of the things that we're trying to stress when Mr. Mayo was talking about Advisor Base. When we gear lessons like that, we want to gear it towards that. We want to gear that you're going to hit bumps in the road. It's inevitable. Everybody could probably count your hands how many times you thought something would go one way and it went the complete opposite way. But it's how you push yourself further from that and learn from that is the biggest thing that we want to stress to our students. Okay, this is their last year of compulsory education. After this, they are choosing what path they choose to go on next, whether that's college, whether that's career technical, whether that's going to the military. They have options for it. After this, it's on them with your guidance and your support. So continue supporting your kiddos. It's been a great start to the school year. I look forward to the end of the school year. Last year was my first grad party at Greenwich High School. 2 a.m, very late. But at that point, we were 1 month in, so I was ready to go. I was good. I was like, 2 o'clock is fine. Feeding, good to go, no big deal, right? But it's awesome, the party that Ms. Cowie talked about. It's such a good time for the kids and the joy on their face. And it's really their last hurrah as they leave this great institution. So please, encourage them to go, get involved with it. It's awesome. I had a great time. Pizza was very good. Didn't win a MacBook Pro, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, if anybody has any quick questions before I got to head over to the 9th graders and then before I turn it over to our tremendous school counseling coordinator, now's the time. All right, no, it works for me. Listen, thank you very much, guys. There you go. You want me to stay for a little bit?
No, I'm
But you're like everybody likes it. Go ahead.
I think they'll be okay. We'll be all right. He gets kudos for referring to me as a school counselor, too. I appreciate that. Thank you. So I am Michelle Iannello. I am the program coordinator for school counseling here. And I was wondering, because I'm new to the district, so I was actually asking Layla, I was like, so what is the purpose of this meeting? Like, what are we doing here? I mean, I had some ideas of what I wanted to talk to you about. And one of the first things I want to stress is that you're hearing a lot of November 1st deadline stuff. That's not for everybody, okay? So for those of you that are sitting out there going, I don't know what they're talking about, but my kid is nowhere near done, and that is fine. Okay, and this process is individual, and it should be individual. I've been in the school counseling profession for 28 years. This is my 29th year, and my passion, and I think the counselors, well, I know the counselors here share this. We're trying to help students define what their definition of success is, what that looks like for them, and then a pathway for getting there. Right? And it should look different for everybody. So I know that there's a lot of pressure. So one of the things I think that we're dealing with right now with kids is that they're super stressed. And our seniors are super stressed. And if you think about all the things that they have going on right now, imagine like your day, like you worked all day, and then you go and you have practice, and then you go home and you're doing 4 hours of work on top of that, and you're getting maybe 6 hours of sleep, and you're rolling that all over again. And we're doing that 5, 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week. It's really intense for them, and especially the kids, they're, I would imagine a lot of the kids are putting this pressure on themselves, and I feel like we're all trying to help support them balance, right? We have to have a balance. It's exciting to be part of every club, every activity, on the sports teams, taking 10 AP classes all at once. You have to sleep, eat, and be mentally well as well. So I think we have a responsibility as a community to try and help them with that. The college process can be overwhelming, scary, and you're getting hit from all different sides of, well, my friends are applying to this school, and my cousin's applying to that school, and I'm applying here, and it really has to be about what is the best fit for your child, right? And what's good for your child may not have been what was right for you. So putting that all in perspective and make sure we're helping them make healthy choices is important. Some of the next deadlines, so you're hearing that November 1st deadline, that was for some of the early action and early decision deadlines. There's another early action one that comes up around November 15th that you may hear about. What was that?
I don't know, it just said for your information.
Oh, yeah. So if we think Siri's not listening, Siri is definitely listening. How many times have you picked your phone up later and you're like, I told you she's listening, because there's some weird thing in your feed. So yeah, November 15th is another deadline. Many colleges have what's called the traditional deadline, which is January 1st. We require students, really to have their applications requests in, their transcript requests in by December 1st. So I know that sounds like it's just around the corner because I can't believe we're in November. So I really would just encourage you to have your children talk to their counselors. They are supporting them. The counselors have been if anybody in this building deserves a vacation someplace, they have been busting their tails to support your kids. But like I said, it's not just November 1st. So we have a whole group of kids left that are still working. And even after that, if your child is continuing to research and they find some schools after that, we're certainly willing to help them. It's not like you can't apply ever again if you find something that you're interested in. And not everyone may be interested in going to a 4-year college to start. We're having those conversations with kids as well. Again, so what is your child's definition of success? We have to keep all of that in mind. That was really all that I had, because right now that seems to be the focus, right? It's a hurry up and wait. It's crazy. Get all the applications in, and then we sit and wait. And we wait and we wait and we wait and we wait. And then we find out and your kids are stressed out. And then one thing to keep in the back of your head. So how many of you, is this your first time going through this? How many we have first? Oh, okay. So remember back when we applied to college and it was the mad dash to the mailbox, right? You're in the mailbox and you're like pushing your sister out of the way, you're digging through the mail. That doesn't happen anymore. The acceptances go to them in their email. And the acceptances, so I could have applied, I'm just going to use UConn. I could have applied to UConn, you could have, and you could have. I might have applied after you, and I might hear before you. There's really no rhyme or reason about how these decisions come out sometimes. So please try not to panic when your kid runs home and says, well, Susie found out, I didn't. And then it's this, then we're arguing at home about, well, did you turn your stuff in on time? And then so I have two, it's true. I have two boys, they're fun. They're 18 and 20. My youngest graduated from high school, so I'm done with high school. I didn't think I would get through it, but I did. And he's actually taking a gap year this year, which is fun for hockey. The older one is a junior, and still stressful. But I remember the college time was, and this is what I do, right? And they fought me every step of the way. It's like there's a thing called an essay, and they're like, it'll get done. It's going to get done today, or else I'm sending you away. Before, and you will notice too, for those of you that have seniors for the first time, they do a really good job of making it easier to cut the cord. Toward the end, you start saying, oh, you're leaving next week? Oh, I'm sorry. I'll see you at Thanksgiving. Because it's just that time. And think about it when you were a kid, it's that natural time of I'm really excited my parents are dumb and know nothing. That's kind of what's happening. You can do this. We have time. If you haven't had any of this experience at all, reach out to any of us. We're happy to help, okay? Does anybody have any questions? I don't know if I can answer any of them, but does anybody have any questions? I don't think there's, Karen's here. Okay, I'll stop talking. I could.
Misery about the college application. I have foreign college right now, so yeah. One thing I'm glad is I'm finished with college applications. Okay, hi everybody. I'm Karen Foster. For those of you who do not know me, so I'm going to share with you a couple things, more than a couple. The first thing is I emailed out before the meeting important information and dates for seniors. So it's kind of a print, hang on your refrigerator type of thing. Keep in mind the dates are only stuff from student activities. So all those guidance dates that they send out and stuff like that, and all those house dates, none of that is on my stuff. I did print some copies over there if you'd like to take one on your way out, but it has things on it like due dates for stuff. And most everything that's on there, actually everything on there is optional except for one thing, which we'll talk about in a second. But I just wanted to give everybody a heads up so they can kind of plan their year. And again, mark your calendar so you don't miss things. Yes. Yes, it does. No, it came from important dates, yeah. I know, that's weird. For every email, even when they had kids at Eastern, had my name on it. I'm not really sure why. So one of the things I do want to talk about is on there are things like yearbook, graduation fee, proms. We have a very generous PTA that will help out if anybody needs financial assistance with any of that. So if your child wants to go to the prom, or when it's time for it to pay for the graduation fee, if they need assistance, all they have to do is come to me and we will have it taken care of, okay? So I'm also going to send out more information about that, but please know everything kind of has an asterisk on it. There is financial assistance for those who need it. So graduation, I know it's kind of early, but it's not. I'm having nightmares about graduation right now. So the graduation date is going to be set by early April. What we do know is that the latest date it's going to be is June 23rd. It all depends on how many snow days we have. And then at the board meeting, they will vote on it, and then they will announce it. So, but we will not know until then. Once it's announced, then we will send out an email with that. If it's outdoor, and I'm just going to talk a little bit about this now because I do get some phone calls from people. If it's outdoors, then the seating or the guests are unlimited. You can bring as many people as you would like. If it is indoor, it is 2 ceremonies because it's in the Performing Arts Center. So they are split by 2 ceremonies alphabetically, and everyone would have 2 guests come. We try our best. We have a large class. So we all hope and pray for sun, and we will have a beautiful day outside at Cardinal Stadium for graduation. Senior portraits. The deadline to select your senior portrait was November 1st. If they didn't select it already, then, and I think maybe at least one didn't, if they didn't select it already, then the photographer's office will select one for them. So they will still be in the yearbook. Don't panic if you didn't select it. They will be in the yearbook. You had to have had your picture taken already, but if you order pictures online, and sometimes parents get a little confused, if you order pictures online, which is different than paying for the sitting fee, if you order them online, those get mailed directly home. So different from 9th, 10th, and 11th grade pictures that get sent here. Your senior portraits of your children get mailed directly to your house. And you may order anytime during the school year, but by the time the school year ends, the link does close and you can actually call the photographer, like someone may have had to have done because they did not order their child's senior portrait last year. They will open it up again, but it's much easier if you order it now while the link is still open. Yearbooks. So again, the few deadlines have already passed. The senior portrait deadline has already passed, and the quote submission has already passed. But if you would like to guarantee your child a yearbook, then those orders need to be placed by December 16th because they placed the order. Anything after that, you can still purchase them after that, but then you're not guaranteed to get a yearbook. They are sold on a first-come, first-served basis after that. If you would like to purchase an ad for your child, those are also due by December 16th. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I've done 4 of them. They always take longer than you think. Please don't wait until the 16th to start doing it because your computer will absolutely crash, guaranteed. If you try to do it at 11:30 and try to submit it, it will take longer than you think. So please, please, please give yourself plenty of time to do it. You can always email the yearbook advisor if you're having questions about it or problems. But please do that. I also know that sometimes, depending on what browser you're using, sometimes it won't go through. We had a couple parents say, I was using my computer at work and I was trying to do it. For some reason, it wasn't working. I don't know if they were blocking it or whatever. So just know that sometimes it's a little quirky depending on where you're doing it, and give yourself time. Mr. Silkman, Dan Silkman, is the one who sends emails out about purchasing the yearbooks, about senior ads, and so on and so forth. So look for emails from him if you want information about the yearbook. It's also on the website. So if you go under Student Life, and then you go to Student Activities, there'll be a tab for yearbook, and all that information, how to buy it, how to submit the ad, everything like that is on there. Talking about the website, again, we have our daily bulletin that's on there that has important information. It has all information about the yearbook. And as soon as we have information about graduation, that is posted on there as well. We took our panoramic picture today outside in the stadium. It was fabulous. We had almost everybody there. It was fabulous. If you would still like to order one, I do have the order envelopes here. If you would like, I just need them back by Friday. If your child has the order from home already, they can just bring it back again, as long as we have it by Friday. Those are mailed directly home if you do order them. Again, optional. No one says you have to order it, totally optional. Those will be mailed home directly. A couple things in regard to senior year. Please make sure that your emails are correct, that the school has your correct emails and that your school has your correct address. So if you have moved since your child started high school, please make sure that your address is correct. The only way to do it would be to contact the house that your child is in, the house administrative assistant there. And the reason why I'm saying this is I send out tons of emails to both the primary and the alternate email. And we also mail information home about graduation, including the graduation announcements. So if we have your wrong address, it's going to go the wrong place and it's going to get returned. I come back in August and I usually have a pile of mail that has gotten returned to me. So please, 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 if you have changed anything, reach out to your child's house administrative assistant and just have them double check it and update it if need be. The other thing that we use a lot as seniors, or if you have a senior, is My School Bucks. So when you are paying for the graduation fee or the prom, or if like last year they did senior hats, all that sort of stuff. We use, I always send links out and it goes through My School Bucks. My School Bucks is the company that we use for the lunch fund. So it's the same thing. I highly suggest that people create an account if you have not created one already. The reason being is if you sign in as a guest and you check out as a guest, you have no record of whether you've purchased or not. If you purchase through My School Bucks, I don't send out emails saying thank you for your payment. But if you have an account there, you can check previous purchases and it will tell you if you've already paid for your graduation fee or if you've already bought your prom tickets. Okay, so I do highly suggest that. It's very helpful. And that is all I have. Questions? Yes? That will come out in January. Yep. The first week of January when we're back at school, I'll send out the email about the graduation fee. Yes? Yearbookforever.com. And that's another thing. If you're not sure if you ordered the yearbook, go to yearbookforever.com and there's a nice little button on the bottom that says, don't remember if you ordered. And you just put in your email and it'll tell you everything that you've ordered in like the last 5 years or something like that. So just make sure if you see it, check the year, because I've had people say, no, I ordered it, look, here it is. And I'm like, that's last year's yearbook. So just check the year. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Keep reading my emails. I know I send a lot of them out. And we will meet again here at the end of the year to talk more specifically about graduation and post-grad party and all that fun stuff. All right. I think
We're done.
I finished. Now I'm going to student government.
One of the things that, hold on a second.
Oh, sorry.
Karen, when do they start discussing senior internships?
January.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Well, after the exams, so.
You'll get information about it in December from Allison Lockridge. Will get some information out. Great, thank you.
And that's a great question because most of the class either does an internship or does a senior project. So your child has to make that choice, but it's a wonderful way to end their high school experience. But I wanted to go back to what Karen was talking about. She's talking about yearbooks. I can tell you that there's at least 75 people every year that order 2 yearbooks because they forgot. So it's a great way to just write it down someplace in your calendar. I ordered a yearbook today, and this way you don't have to. Because it's the one tradition at Greenwich High School that has not changed since 1937. And no, I was not here then, but it has not changed. People love the yearbook. Okay. So, and it really has not changed. Other traditions have come and gone, but the yearbook has stayed. So there was another thing I was going to say about that, but we'll let that go. So I'm here to close out this meeting. I'm so pleased and really happy that to see you all. I know some of you since your children were in 6th grade, so that's we've been together for a while, and some of you I don't know at all, which is great to meet you and see you. This is I'll be working with this class for the last 4 years, which has been wonderful. Good kids, very respectful, and 245 plus of them are being inducted into the National Honor Society Monday night. So they're doing the job. All of our athletic teams are still in either the FCACs or in the CIAC, the state playoffs. So we're still going full bore here. It's a very exciting time of year for athletics. But also we had 3 amazing concerts, and it's hard to believe that the kids could get ready for a concert after just like 4 or 5 weeks of school. But they did, and they were amazing. So a lot of good stuff's happening. And one of our teams, going back to sports again, our FCAC champion boys golf team just won the CIAC Division I championship. So we're very proud about what we're doing on the field, in our clubs, but most importantly, why we're here in the classroom. So thank you all, folks. If you have questions for me, I'm not going anywhere. That's what the teachers keep thinking. I'm going to go someplace, but I'm not. This is 44 years for me. I'm not leaving. I love it here. Just as Karen. You know. So if you have questions, please stay. If you don't, enjoy your evening.